woman accused of a hit and run. But did she really do it? The courtroom is tense as the judge prepares to deliver a shocking verdict that no one saw coming. Will she walk free or face jail time? Watch till the end to see how this dramatic case unfolds.
Back to
Rand, you ready?
Yeah.
I have your translator. I'm sorry?
It was also no going back to LaPorte.
Right.
Lenny, I always need you. Rand. How are you? Right, how are you? Judge looks very festive today.
So this is an FSGI, am I right?
Yes, sir. Hola, yo te voy a interpretar, ¿ok?
Good morning, Ms. Reyes.
Yes, señorita Reyes.
Good morning.
Ms. Reyes, you're charged with failure to stop and give information. Essentially leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information.
Escena de un accidente sin intercambiar la información que necesitabas hacer.
You are facing up to 180 days in jail
180 días en la cárcel por
and or a $2,000
una
fine.
multa que no sobrepase $2,000.
We are going to do probable cause.
Los soldados
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
contra usted.
All right, so she stays high.
Case overview, the hit and run mystery. This case revolves around Miss Rye, who was charged with failure to stop and provide information after an accident, essentially a hit and run offense. If convicted, she could face up to 180 days in jail or a $2,000 fine. But was there enough evidence to prove she was guilty? Let's break it down. What happened? March 10th, 2024. Officers responded to an accident scene after receiving a report from a driver who claimed to be a victim of a hit and run. The complainant, victim, told police that a white Dodge Charger made an unsafe lane change and crashed into her car. Instead of stopping to exchange information, the driver of the Dodge Charger fled the scene, heading southbound. Key evidence. The complainant managed.
Y tu abogado insiste que se queda callada.
Just please go slow.
Yes, Your Honor. On March
El
10th,
10 de marzo
2025,
del 2025,
officers were
los
dispatched to
oficiales
Flavor
fueron
Street
a
and
una calle Safer
Seth Street en reference to an
Street.
FSGI.
bajo una referencia de faltar y dar información.
The officers were
Los
advised that a white Charger
oficiales
left the scene
dijeron que
following
un
an
white Charger
accident
se fue de la escena después de un accidente
and was last seen
y
going
lo
southbound
vieron
on Shaver
y iba
Street.
por en camino al sur en la calle Shaver.
The complainant stated that she
quejante
was
dijo
traveling when a
que
white
ella estaba
Dodger
manejando
made a
cuando un
unsafe lane
Dodger
change
Cambió de carril, pero sin
and collided with her.
y chocó contra ella.
The complainant
El
showed
quejante
officer a
dijo,
picture of the
Él
suspect
tomó
vehicle,
una foto del vehículo y le enseñó al oficial
showed the license
y
plate
tenía la
and
placa.
damage to the vehicle
y
on
el
the back
daño al
left
vehículo.
portion. The complainant
El
estimated that the
quejante
damage was
dijo que
around
él
$1,000.
está estimando que costó como $1,000 en reparación.
Officers ran the
Y
vehicle and
oficiales
found the registered
Vieron la
owner to
placa
be
y
Juan Maneno.
encontraron que el dueño era Juan Veneno.
The officer located the vehicle at the apartment complex
Encontraron
that the
el
vehicle was
vehículo
registered
en
to.
los apartamentos a donde estaba registrado.
The officer met with
Y
Juan
el
and his
oficial
wife, who
habló
is the
con Juan y
defendant.
la esposa, que es el acusado.
Juan advised the officers that the
Y Juan
defendant
le
had been
dijo
driving the
que el
vehicle all
acusado
day,
estaba
that
manejando todo el día el
and
vehículo
that the only damage to
que
the vehicle should
cualquier
have been on the
daño
front bumper from a
que tenía
previous
el
incident
vehículo
and
era en
nothing
la
else.
parte de frente de un accidente previo.
The defendant
Y
advised
el
officers
acusado
that she was
le
driving the
dijo
vehicle and
que
had
ella estaba
recently gotten
manejando
back from a Walmart,
el vehículo y había regresado
which
de
is around
Walmart
700
como
feet from where the incident
700
occurred.
pies de a donde ocurrió el
She denied hitting
incidente
anybody.
y ella negó pegarle a cualquier persona. Negó que
Your Honor, so based on the
y
information,
basándome en la
the
información dice
car was registered to his wife.
So, how do we know who's driving it?
Complaint,
y
the
cómo sabe quién
Juan
está
stated that
manejando.
he was the one driving and she admitted to being in that location at the time.
She denied hitting, right? Do we have any kind of evidence that puts her at the scene that she's the one that causes the accident?
Que ella estaba ahí y causó el accidente. Go ahead.
That she was the one within 700 feet of the accident and that she had
Estaba
access to the vehicle, Your Honor.
tenía acceso al
managed to take a picture of the suspect's car and its license plate, which was crucial in helping the police track down the vehicle. Damage report. The estimated cost of repairs to the Taishu. The complainant's car was $1,000. The investigation begins. Step 1. Police ran the license plate and discovered that the car was registered to a woman who was not Miss Rai. Step 2. Officers found the Dodge Charger parked at an apartment complex and began questioning Juan, a resident who lived there. Step 3. Juan told officers that Miss Rai had been driving the car all day. Step 4. When officers questioned Miss Rai, she admitted that she had just returned from Walmart, which was only 700 feet away from Ya, the accident site. However, she denied hitting anyone. The prosecution's evidence. Victim's statement. The complainant provided a detailed account of the incident. Photographic proof. A clear picture of the suspect's car and its license plate linked it to the scene. Juan's testimony. Juan confirmed that Miss Rai had been using the car all day. The defense's arguments. No direct proof. There was no concrete evidence proving that Miss Rai
vehículo y estaba 700
And this
pies
vehicle was the one that was in the
del lugar.
accident.
Y ese fue el vehículo que estaba en el accidente.
Did you say that the husband said that she was driving it?
She was driving
El
it all day.
esposo dijo que estaba manejando.
statement.
Dice que sí.
Do you want to add anything? Did you want to say anything?
No, two things, Judge. Number one, there was no evidence that
No hay
she was,
evidencia.
as you mentioned, there was no evidence that she was driving
ella
driving the
estaba
vehicle. And just because she had the vehicle all day does
Solo
not mean she
dice
was
porque
driving
tenía el
it.
vehículo ese día.
For example,
No
when I'm sure my
significa
daughter's
que estaba
home,
manejando.
I'm sure,
Porque, por
and she's using one of our vehicles, I'm sure that
Mi hija
her lunkhead
estaba usando-
boyfriend is probably driving it the majority of the
vehículo
time.
puede ser que
Additionally,
no,
this
el novio de
vehicle
mi hija
is
estaba
insured.
manejando. Ahora el vehículo
There's
está-
never been
tiene
any
su- está
report
asegurado.
of anyone, but people had consent to driving it. That defense is not going to be erased, so this is an
Yes, sir.
insured incident.
Just
Es un incidente
you got A, you got C, but you don't have B. I mean, I just don't think that,
A ver,
officer could have gone to Walmart, pull video, see her coming out, other
pueden ir a Walmart a ver si
cameras anywhere else. I don't know, but I just,
no hay
I
prueba.
don't think there's enough.
Okay. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause in your case, man.
Va a encontrar que hay motivos fundados para mantener, pero
Please be careful when you're driving.
por favor, ten cuidado con
If you're going to drive, do not drive unless you have a valid license
No maneje.
and liability insurance in your name.
y seguro.
Do you understand?
¿Entendido?
Okay, all right.
And she does,
Yes.
for the court's edification.
Thanks, Randy.
Always great seeing you, and I apologize on the record for calling it my future son-in-law is a lunkhead, in case that goes anywhere. I forgot it's being videoed. All right, take care.
Rai was the driver at the exact moment of the accident. No eyewitness testimony. No one saw her behind the wheel when the crash happened. Being near the scene doesn't prove guilt. Just because she was in the area doesn't mean she was driving at the time. No surveillance footage. The police never checked Walmart's security cameras to verify whether she was in the car. The judge's ruling. After reviewing the evidence, the judge pointed out some major gaps in the case. Yes, Miss Rai had access to the car. Yes, she was in the area at the time of the crash. Yes, Juan said she had the car all day, but there was no solid proof that she was the driver at the time of the accident. The verdict, no probable cause. Because the evidence was circumstantial and lacked definitive proof, the judge ruled that the case could not proceed further. Judge's warning to Miss Rai. Even though she walked free, the judge gave her a stern warning. Be careful when driving. Make sure you have a valid license and proper insurance. While she avoided legal consequences this time, a stronger case could have led to a very different outcome. What could have changed the case? If the police had taken additional steps, the case might have ended differently. Checking Walmart's surveillance cameras. This could have confirmed whether Miss Rai was in the car before or after the accident. Finding an eyewitness. If someone saw her behind the wheel at the time of the crash, the case would have been stronger. Collecting more physical evidence, fingerprints on the steering wheel or driver's seat adjustments could have proved she was driving. Why evidence is everything in court. This case proves a critical point in the legal system. Even if the police or the victim strongly believe someone is guilty, the evidence must be presented. The court requires evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. What do you think? Was the judge right to dismiss the case? Did Miss Rye get lucky, or was there really not enough proof? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.